Bitcoin's price surge close to its previous all-time high has spurred a flurry of new bulls in the market. The question is this surge to the upside ahead of the Bitcoin halving 2024 just that, a trap? In this video, we're going to discuss what's going on in the crypto media and our thoughts and opinions on where we think Bitcoin is heading.
So Bitcoin could be in trouble. We see the SEC's decision to defer on the Bitwise Grayscale Bitcoin ETF options. Basically, this is really interesting. We're coming up to the halving and we're seeing delays from the SEC. You know, the normal, I guess, everyday SEC approach to blockchain is delay, disrupt, and cause investors pain and discomfort. At least that's my views and my opinions. Now, look, I think that the Commission finds it appropriate to basically designate a longer period within which they take action on proposed rule changes for this actual ETF option that would basically see Bitcoin on the New York Stock Exchange. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below.
And if that wasn't bad enough, we have BitMEX's co-founder Arthur Hayes also coming out and saying how he is going to be expecting a massive fire sale for cryptocurrency assets. What he is talking about here is the legacy issue when it comes to the Bitcoin halving. And Bitcoin halving 2024 is no exception. If we take a look at the Bitcoin history, we know what happens on the build up to the Bitcoin halving and of course what happens afterwards. And what Arthur Hayes is talking about here is how usually, and what we kind of expect to see once we see the Bitcoin halving event, is a mass sell-off. And that is ultimately where BTC now finds itself. It finds itself on that build-up, on all of that anticipation, all those hopes, all those dreams of a fantastic bullish market coming crumbling down. Historically speaking, and why we talk about a potential fire sale for Bitcoin, is that after the halving event, we might see a small move to the upside, but we've seen a significant sell-off thereafter. Ultimately, the Bitcoin halving event has often been kind of spoken about and kind of documented as a bit of a sell the news event. Lots of build-up, lots of hype, and lots of anticipation of bullish times, only to be met by massive downward turn in the market. Now you can let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below as to whether you think this is going to be that and that Arthur Hayes is correct and to expect a fire sale not just on Bitcoin but on all cryptocurrency assets. You can let me know in the comments down below.
So we could potentially see a sell the news event when it comes to the Bitcoin and the Bitcoin halving. I think this is going to be really interesting, something that we have traditionally seen throughout the history of the cycle so far. I think that it's very likely that this is something that we could see come to fruition. You know, when we normally have the Bitcoin halving, we either see a pullback in the lead up or post Bitcoin halving, and then we go on to rally on up. It's going to be really interesting to see whether this actually comes to fruition or not. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions on what your expectations are when it comes to the Bitcoin halving and a potential for a sell-off event.
Did you know that 80% of our viewers are not yet subscribed? If you are enjoying today's video and you like the content and being kept up to date in the crypto space, then why not go ahead and tap that subscribe button. If you hit the bell and click on all notifications, you will be notified for every single video upload that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And as always, remember to smash that like button, really does help the channel out massively. As with any surge to the upside, we do see liquidations, and we have seen $177 million of liquidations in the last 24 hours. Now, as price has been surging to the upside and Bitcoin reaching those highs and back towards its all-time high, we have seen a whopping $119 million of liquidations when it comes to the crypto market, and those are just the short positions. Long side though, they haven't been completely left out. We have seen a whopping $58 million of long positions getting liquidated as price has surged upwards. And of course the obvious question there is, those people who have been liquidated in the longs obviously are not using proper risk management. ultimately getting liquidated whilst the price is surging to the upside on a long position is quite a challenge. But if you are looking for a few more answers as to how to kind of trade more kind of safely and kind of with less risk and using proper risk management, you should join us down in our Discord server. The link for that is in the description down below. Now, we can of course see a pretty significant amount of changes in the market as well, specifically with the funding rates. It is now more expensive to go short on the market than it is to go long on the market. This tells us that the market is actually ready for a bit of a change, and the move to the upside probably has got a few more kind of legs to the upside before we see correction. So just bear in mind that the funding rates can be a bit of a tell. And of course, when we do see the positions of longs and shorts on the market, it can give you a bit of information as to kind of where the next likely moves are going to be. Liquidations generally happen when more positions are entered in one favor or the other. The market goes against those positions, ultimately wherever the liquidity is. For example, if there's a significant surge in the number of longs that have been opened, you should be expecting price to drop down because that is where the liquidity is. And that is really where the funding rates and these liquidation data really kind of comes on in. But what I'll do now is I'll pass over to JB, who will jump into the charts and start going through what is going on with Bitcoin's price action, and we'll probably talk a little bit around funding rates and of course liquidations as well, and of course where those pockets of liquidity are currently sitting.
Alright guys, so what we now want to do is take a look at the price action of Bitcoin, the next likely movements, where it could possibly be going next, and where liquidations are also going to fall into place. So what we want to do is go over to the Bitcoin USDT Binance pairing, and we can see how the price action of Bitcoin has been moving and how these liquidation areas have been the gravity for Bitcoin, claiming liquidity after liquidity after liquidity. Most recently having that push, claiming the liquidity that sat here at 72,740. We of course, over the last few hours, have seen Bitcoin drop back down, claiming yet more liquidity that has sat on the charts. But crucially, what we are now doing is seeing Bitcoin come down into a crucial point. We are testing an area we want to hold as support. We can see the 50 EMA and the 50 SMA on this hourly chart is looking to be that area of support, with these sitting at 70,578 for the 50 EMA and 70,516 for the 50 SMA. We are looking for this point to hold as support for Bitcoin, but we can also see a previous area that is matching up with this idea. We can see that between 70,642 with the lower possible 70,326, this looks to be the ideal area for Bitcoin to come back down to test, and we have seen the price come down to here. When we measure this move out with a Fibonacci, we can take this 100% move that we have seen to the downside and bring it over to its swing high, and what we can interestingly see going on between 70,598 and 70,239, this looks to be the likely point that Bitcoin will of course find support. This movement here, I would expect Bitcoin to hold support and look for its next push to the upside. But within this area that we do have on the charts lies some crucial information. Look at those hourly liquidations here. Well, we can see sitting on the chart around about $70,587, $52.79 million worth of liquidations will take place for Bitcoin. Now, we know that these liquidations time and time again are the point, like a magnet for Bitcoin, to move up or to move on down to. And what we can see, the price action is once again drawing itself down to this higher area where we do see a vast amount of liquidations. And as we can see on the chart, Bitcoin is now moving down to this area. Is this going to be the reversal point? These liquidations are taking place, $70,587, finding support on that 50 EMA into our previous demand and supply area. Is this the reversal point for Bitcoin? And are we now looking for Bitcoin to have a nice rally to the upside? We have found support. Are we now on the path to a new all-time high? That of course will be by breaking higher than $73,777. My personal take on this one, guys, is we are likely to see another relief movement for Bitcoin and bring us in a new all-time high. I am not bearish on this chart as of yet. Liquidations are playing out fantastically well. We don't really see much liquidations left on the charts lower than the price action on the short term than where we are sitting. That next bounce does look to the upside, and it looks to be a good one. Guys, I'll throw it back over to Chris.
Thanks, JB. Fantastic work there. What I would say is make sure that you do let us know your thoughts and opinions on where you think the price action for Bitcoin is likely to go come the Bitcoin halving. Really interested to get your views and opinions. Don't forget to jump into our Discord. The link is in the description of this video. It's absolutely free to join. Join our community, engage with one another, and learn from other people's mistakes. It's a fantastic community, and it's definitely worth immersing yourself in our free Discord. Now, if you enjoyed the video, do hit that like button. It really does support the channel. We really do appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, tap that bell, select all the notifications so you never miss another video. And do let us know what subjects you would like us to cover in the future. And I will catch you in the next one.